Peggy 16.
Sega.
Hi there, I'm Jeff Van Dyke, and I'm currently composing the music for Shogun 2 Total War. I hope you liked this work in progress video. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes process of what we're going through, trying to make the music as authentic as possible. I hope you enjoy it.
To capture the true essence of Japanese music, I wanted to record live taiko drummers. And luckily, here in Australia, we have a world-class taiko group, and they're called Taikos. They're really well known for their dramatic performances, and they're really tight players.
Taikos is an Australian taiko group. Taiko is the Japanese word for drum, and I think the Oz bit's self-explanatory. We've been around since 1997, 8 members in our group, and we've all spent a lot of time in Japan, both studying the traditional forms of taiko playing and performing a lot as well. Quite often when we go to Japan, we perform our original Australian taiko music, of course. So this project here with Shogun 2 is really interesting for us because it's kind of blending the traditional with the modern. We've got a huge number of instruments here in the studio. Jeff's composed for just about the complete taiko ensemble. I think we've got about 25, 26 taiko in there, from the very big o-daiko through to the small high-pitched shime-daiko. And it's just been great to have a composer write for us and to kind of stretch us in different ways. Actually, it's been good for us to explore someone else's music, and I think it's going to give this game an incredible boost, at least in the sound department. We've got some huge taiko there and some huge sounds coming through, which I think is going to sound particularly awesome.
We had a lot of music to get through, and I wanted to make sure that we got it all done in time, so we booked 2 days of rehearsals in Sydney. Taikos are professional percussionists, and they've studied and worked all around the world, so they were super tight, and this was really important for this kind of ensemble drumming. We had the chance to run through all the songs and make adjustments to the scores just before heading into the studio.
Good, but for the first 8 bars, I still think it needs to be 2 individuals rather than the group, you know what I mean? So that it builds. Okay, stop.
We recorded at Studios 301 in Sydney. This is one of the only studios big enough for all of the taiko drums. This particular studio is used to record orchestras and other large groups. We ended up having around 25 drums and about 40 microphones out there. As Ian said, the Japanese word for drum is taiko, but they come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. So starting with the small shime-daiko, up from that is the chu-daiko, which is the medium drum, which is ultimately what they used in the battlefield. There's these large flat drums called the hirado, and finally the mother of all drums is called the o-daiko, and it is massive. It took 6 of us to lift this thing. It weighs about 150 kilos, and this thing is super loud. We ended up having to break down all of the songs into their various elements and record the 5 drummers on each set of taiko drums. At the end of 3 days of 12-hour sessions, we were pretty tired, but we found the energy to record some conch shells being blown through with humorous results.
Let's hear that one again. I don't like that one. Let's go this little bit. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Let's try. We're gonna have probably, I don't know, maybe about 70 or 80 minutes of music in Shogun 2. and you know, maybe around 30 or 40 songs in there, so hopefully everybody will enjoy it, and hopefully it'll sound good in the game.